dark, kindle the spark in me. Looks good. I think I found them. So, there was a day a few months ago. I ended up coming to spend half of the day at home and working from home on my computer, and found that over the course of the afternoon I had raided the snack pantry and was just sort of like gobbling up junk food that we happen to have in the house, tortilla chips, whatever I could find. It was not a good day in the willpower department. So by the end of the afternoon, I've had plenty of garbagey snacks to eat, and I'm feeling fine. Well, meanwhile, my kids are wondering, how come Dad isn't cooking dinner? How come Dad isn't getting things ready? And I'm noticing it's getting later and later in the day, and thinking to myself, yeah, how come I haven't been, rushing to get dinner cooked? And I think for a moment, oh, the problem is I've been filling up on junk food all afternoon. My belly is full, and meanwhile, other people in the family didn't get to have the junk food, and they're wondering when there's going to be something good and nutritious and something that will fill their bellies. And it occurred to me in that moment, how often I don't perceive something as a problem because I've been insulated from it. I mean, sometimes it's literally, I've been eating snacks all day and I'm wondering why other people are hungry, in sort of that Marie Antoinette let them eat cake kind of a way. Sometimes I find myself getting fussy about, why are other people complaining about this problem or that problem? I don't have that problem. And that's just it. So often in this life, if you and I haven't experienced something, we assume it's not a problem. And therefore, we get upset if somebody else is complaining about that. It seems whiny to us. It's not a problem for me. Why would you complain about it? See, the thing is, for a lot of folks, at least a lot of folks who have grown up in situations like I have, in relatively comfortable lifestyles, I don't know what it's like to be hungry for dinner. Because all too often I've been filling my belly with junk food and ignoring how many other people are still waiting just to get an honest meal. And it occurs to me then that for a lot of my life, I haven't had a clue, really, how to hear Jesus' words. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. See, when I was a kid, I heard these words of Jesus, the whole list of Beatitudes. When I was a kid, I heard it almost like a list of prizes, and then you had to figure out what thing you had to do to earn the prize you wanted. Almost like the ticket counter at Chuck E. Cheese, where you see, oh man, I want the plastic spider ring. Oh, that costs 30 tickets. Okay, now I got to win 30 tickets so I can get the prize that I want. I used to think that Jesus sort of lays out this list of blessed are those who mourn because they'll be comforted. Blessed are those who are poor in spirit, they'll inherit the kingdom of God. Like Jesus is laying out prizes, and here's what you have to do to get the prize you want. Because, man, for so much of my life, that's how I heard the list of Beatitudes. A list of bonus optional prizes you could earn by particular good behaviors. But when Jesus says, blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, or really maybe a more direct, honest translation is, blessed are those who are hungry and thirsty for justice, because the Greek word that gets translated righteousness is the same word, the same concept for justice, and we tend to hear the word righteous and sort of think at sort of like prim and proper rule following. Oh, I'm a very righteous person. I make sure to dot all my I's and cross all my T's, where justice feels more like, are things right in the world? Is somebody being stepped on, and what are we doing about it if they are? So here's Jesus saying, blessed are those who are hungry for justice to be done. You're not hungry unless you've been denied something. Jesus, speaking to people who live under the boot of an empire at the time, people who have seen one empire after another, overrule them and take what was the best of them, Jesus has something to say about, if you've been in that spot where you've been stepped on, if you're somebody like Howard Thurman calls someone who's got your back against the wall, the disinherited, Jesus says God is in particular looking to set things right, to lift up those who have been stepped on. And for a lot of us, at least for folks who, like in me, in my life, haven't lived with a lot of injustice against me, it is really easy for me to start getting fussy when I hear somebody complaining about something I've never had a problem about, when maybe the problem really is with me. I've been eating junk food, tortilla chips all afternoon, and I'm surprised when somebody else says they're hungry because they didn't get to have junk food today all afternoon. I wonder if maybe the challenge for folks who have had a lot of snacks in their lifetime, folks who've had a lot of comfort, a lot of privilege in their life, I wonder if the first step toward really hearing what Jesus has to say is to listen to folks who are hungry for justice to be done because they know what it's like when justice isn't done. I wonder if maybe I need to start listening to people who know what it's like to be mistreated, who know what it's like to be singled out when they walk into a department store, or who've been pulled over just because they look like they weren't in the right neighborhood. I wonder if I need to listen to the voices of people who didn't get to eat snacks all day about why they feel like there should be enough food to go around. To be hungry for righteousness and justice is to see a world where so many things are wrong, where it seems like crookedness and just sheer brashness and greed win the day, and to feel like this isn't how things are supposed to be. And if you've ever been in that spot, Jesus' promise of good news is God is on the side of bringing justice to the world, of setting things right, of lifting up the lowly. Throughout all the scriptures, this is one of the hallmarks of who the God of Israel is. God is the one who grants justice to the poor. God is the one who lifts up those who are bowed down and who have been stepped on. God is the one who provides for those who have nothing, and God is the one who looks out for those who have been cheated or taken advantage of. And God promises to dethrone those who are crooked and still abusing their power and their authority and their greed. If that grabs you, you get a sense of what Jesus is all about. And if you have a hard time getting excited about the idea of God bringing justice to the world, maybe it's a reminder that we've been eating too many snacks and not paying attention to the other folks around the table who've been hungry for a long time. Maybe the first step, once we've heard Jesus say, "Blessed are you who are hungry for justice, you'll be filled," maybe the first step now is for us to listen to the stories of folks around us who know what it's like to be hungry for justice because they've been denied it for too long. So keep listening and join us here for more on Flicker. Bye.